Hey YouTube, Bo here. Today I am reviewing the Plantronics Voyager Legend headset. As promised, I get to the meat first, and usually that is music sound. But this is a monaural headset. That means it fits on one ear. Um, a two-ear headset, also called a binaural headset, is obviously what you need to use for music. So I'm going to call this is going to grade out as an NA, not applicable for music. As far as sound, you can't, like if you're listening to a voicemail or voice memo or watching YouTube and it's something not safe for work, um, this will obviously serve, but not for listening to music. As far as sound for telephone calls, which is always Bo Tox's second criteria, I'm going to grade it as a 6. A lot of Bluetooth headsets, especially the monaural ones, I have trouble hearing. This, generally, I can hear well. So the sound is pretty good as far as you listening. Next, we'll sample how the microphone sounds.
Okay, the Plantronics Voyager Legend headset is now paired with my PC, and you're getting a sample of what the microphone actually sounds like. It's probably doesn't sound as good as the previous recordings, which were recorded with a USB microphone that was actually plugged into the machine. And that's the way it's always going to be. I don't think a Bluetooth headset or a Bluetooth microphone is ever going to sound as good as a wired microphone. That's just the way it is. I started doing these reviews. I was inspired by another reviewer named Jonathan Rangel, who was smart enough to hook his Plantronics Legend into his MacBook and give the viewers of his videos the opportunity to see what the microphone is actually like. And I really liked his idea, so obviously I've stolen it, and I will once again give props to Jonathan for actually recording a very useful review as opposed to spending a lot of time unwrapping a box. He actually showed us what we can expect in terms of performance from the device. So I know I've said that before, so I'll stop going on and on about it. I just feel like I got to give the guy the credit he deserves. But anyway, I will respectfully disagree with him on the quality of the microphone. I do realize that there's a drop-off between the wired microphone and what you're hearing now. But, on a mobile Bluetooth device, which this is designed for someone using a cell phone, the microphone quality is just not going to be on par with, whatever a professional Celine Dion or whoever uses. I mean, that's not the point of the headset. The point of the headset is so that you can walk around the grocery store and use both hands and have 3 kids in tow and not be like this the whole time. And for the headsets that are designed for that, this one, to me, has the best microphone. In my previous home office, I had terrible acoustics in that room. It was small, hardwood floors. The echo was terrible. And I tested many headsets, wired and not wired, in that room. And the feedback I got was that this was by far the best. So it's not just how the microphone sounds itself. It's the noise canceling. It's the echo cancellation. And particularly in the echo cancellation department, I've had good results with this headset. So I'm a fan of it. It gets a 10 for microphone performance. Well, I give it a 9 because sometimes you do get it does sound digitized sometimes, and sometimes you do have the problem where it's almost like it's not getting a good connection. I don't know if that's hardware, software, Bluetooth connection. I don't know what causes that, but sometimes it does, kind of go R2D2-ish on you. And so I'll knock off a point for that. But in general, the bottom line, this is the best Bluetooth microphone I've used designed for to be paired with a headphone. Designed to be paired with a cell phone.
Okay, so my final thoughts on the Legend Voyager. There are some things with this headset that I want to go over. On Amazon, it's rated high on Amazon, but a lot of people complain about the charging cord, which this is it, USB on one end, and it has this magnetic connector on the other, which, as you can see, connects really quickly. So people complain about that. I don't know what they're complaining about. I've never had a problem with this thing having a good connection and charging. They complain about the length of the cord. Obviously, if there's a plug on the floor, an outlet on the floor, and you're trying to charge this on the top of your desk, that's a problem. I don't talk to Plantronics, but I would assume what they had in mind is you're probably going to have a computer nearby, and you're just going to plug this in the computer and charge it that way. The battery life I've never had a problem with. I just don't think the cord's a big deal. I think that's people baby bitching, and they need to get over it. As far as the design, I am biased towards boom headsets. So I know I've had some women comment on the geekiness of a boom headset. Well, first of all, let me back up for a second. It's easy to put on and off. That's a big deal. If you get a phone call, you need to pull out the headset from your pocket and put it on. It just needs to be easy to put on. And for some reason, this is. I mean, it's just a breeze to put on and off. Next, the boom. Some people just think that the boom's not cool and you look geeky. And I guess that's a matter of personal preference. But me, if I'm walking around the grocery store or I'm at my kid's soccer game and I'm talking on the phone and I have this little headset that people can hardly see, I look kind of strange, like I'm sitting there talking to myself. So I think it's cool to have a headset. You can listen to your voicemails privately. You can have a phone call privately. If you need to check your calendar or whatever, you can do that without having to put the person on speakerphone. Hopefully your children see that you're on a phone call, get the clue that you're on a phone call when they see this. And, you have a chance of not being interrupted if you're wearing this versus a discreet one that no one can see. So to me, if you're wearing a headset for phone calls, there's nothing wrong with it looking like you're wearing a headset for phone calls. You're not unless you want to be part of a secret service or something, I mean, there's no shame in that. So I like the boom design, especially because it's easy to put on and off. I know I'm talking about women a lot, but I guess I have had conversations with women about Bluetooth headsets, but it doesn't appear that it would interfere with earrings, which is a big deal. As anybody knows, something scratching against the cord that a corded headset is on or the actual microphone can just be annoying as hell to the person on the other end. And this seems to me like it would fit all right, as opposed to a traditional stereo earmuffs headset. This is easy to put on and off, isn't going to interfere with somebody's hair, isn't going to interfere with jewelry. So I think from that standpoint, it's a winner. I'm going to grade it low for everything else personally, though, and this is for me. And that's simply because the thing is not comfortable in my ear for a long time. And I know this sounds really strange. It's comfortable initially when I put it on, like it feels fine right now. If I talk on the phone for an hour or I'm on a conference call, by the end of the conversation, it hurts my ear. And if a Plantronics designer was sitting here right now, which unfortunately they've never asked me a single opinion I have about any of their products, but if one was sitting right here and they asked me why this thing hurts my ear, I honestly couldn't tell you why. Because it's light, the it comes with different size earpieces. It comes with foam to put around the different size earpieces. I don't know why it hurts my ear. I've even gone so far as to create a custom. I don't know if you can see that, but it's the earbud piece is rather flat, and I've gone so far as to create a custom in-ear piece to fit on here and experiment with that, and it screwed up the sound when I did. So I don't know why this thing bothers me on long phone calls, but it does. Therefore, it's not my go-to headset. Therefore, it's not going to get a great score. So for everything else, it's going to get a 3. But I did just want to invest some time, and I see this segment has already lasted 5 minutes, going on 6, explaining that my criticism of this thing may be unique to my ears, because everybody's ears are different, and I wouldn't jump to the conclusion that it's going to be the same for you. So at the end of the day, music quality not applicable. Call listening quality, I'm going to call a 6. Microphone, I'm going to grade as an 8, and everything else a 3. So that gives it an average score of, I don't know, that's got to be around 6. So not as good as my beloved LG Tone, but the best monaural Bluetooth headset that I've used. Stay tuned for the mailbox check if you're super interested in this.
Okay, this is the microphone test for the Plantronics Voyger Legend. Now standing in a room that frequently, or with some microphones, has given me a problem, or some headsets, excuse me. The premise of this test is to go out to the mailbox as one would normally use a headset, and I contend that with Bluetooth headsets, a person should be able to put their cell phone anywhere on their body or purse or backpack, and there should be a good connection between the phone and the headset. So we will step out, we stand in front of a fan, simulate a little bit of wind. So this is what the microphone would sound like if you were walking head first into a significant wind. Next, we'll step out. Sit. The dog is going to bark. Sit. Speak. Speak, dude. There's an audience. Speak. Good dog. All right. And now walking down the driveway to literally check the mail. Done. This concludes the test of the mailbox test for the Plantronics Voyger Legend headset. Have a good day.